The lights inside Allegiant Stadium were already blinding. More than 60,000 fans filled every visible corner of the massive venue, their synchronized light sticks transforming the arena into a glowing ocean of purple and crimson. It was the second night of the highly anticipated in Las Vegas, and expectations had already reached impossible levels. Yet nobody inside the stadium was prepared for what would happen next. Hours before the show, excitement had spread throughout the city. Fans gathered around hotels, shopping centers, restaurants, and landmarks, all wearing BTS merchandise and carrying banners celebrating the group's long-awaited return to the stage. The entire Las Vegas Strip seemed to move with one heartbeat as army members from every corner of the world prepared for another unforgettable night. The city's massive BTS celebration had already become one of the biggest fan events in recent memory. As countdown clocks appeared on giant screens inside the stadium, anticipation grew louder by the second. The audience expected another spectacular opening from BTS. Instead, the stadium suddenly went dark. Not dim, dark. Every light disappeared. The giant screens shut off. The music stopped. A collective gasp echoed across the venue. For several seconds, nobody knew what was happening. Then a low bass frequency rolled through the stadium floor. Boom! 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 The sound vibrated through thousands of seats. A single spotlight suddenly appeared near the center stage. The crowd erupted immediately. A silhouette emerged through a wall of smoke. At first, fans couldn't identify the figure. The reaction was instantaneous. People screamed. Others jumped out of their seats. Thousands of phones shot into the air. The figure stepped forward. It was Diplo. The legendary producer raised one arm toward the crowd. The noise inside Allegiant Stadium became deafening. Fans who had attended night one instantly realized they were witnessing something entirely unexpected. This wasn't part of the previous show. This wasn't announced. This wasn't leaked. This was a surprise. And it was working perfectly. Diplo stood at a specially designed DJ platform illuminated by pulsing red lights. Massive screens behind him displayed rapidly changing visuals inspired by traditional Korean artwork mixed with futuristic digital landscapes. The entire presentation felt like a collision between heritage and modern music culture. The symbolism immediately connected with the spirit of the ARIRANG era. As the beat intensified, fans began chanting BTS's name. The sound echoed throughout the stadium. BTS, 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 BTS. The chant grew louder and louder. Diplo smiled. Then he pressed a button. The entire stadium exploded with sound. An unreleased remix blasted through the speakers. Fans instantly recognized fragments of melodies connected to BTS's ARIRANG project. Months earlier, Diplo had spoken publicly about working with BTS and suggested that their collaboration could surprise the world. Those comments generated massive excitement among fans who were curious about the direction of the group's new music. Now, standing in front of tens of thousands of screaming people, Diplo appeared ready to prove exactly what he meant. The remix blended powerful electronic production with emotional orchestral elements. Traditional Korean instruments merged seamlessly with modern bass drops. The result sounded massive. Every section of the stadium responded. Fans danced in aisles. Security personnel looked stunned. Even camera operators appeared caught off guard by the reaction. As the music built toward its climax, giant screens suddenly displayed a message. Las Vegas, are you ready? The crowd's response shook the building. Then came the moment everyone would remember. 7 silhouettes appeared behind Diplo. At first, they were barely visible. The lights flashed. Once, twice, 3 times. The audience exploded. It was BTS. The members emerged through rising platforms while fireworks erupted across the stage perimeter. Purple flames shot into the air. Confetti cannons fired. The entire production instantly shifted from concert mode into something resembling a global cultural event. Fans cried, Many simply stared in disbelief. Others screamed until they lost their voices. The sight of BTS standing beside Diplo created one of the most talked about moments of the entire Las Vegas run. The members appeared energized by the crowd's reaction. RM stepped forward first. The leader looked across the stadium and smiled. That smile alone triggered another wave of cheers. Jin waved enthusiastically. SUGA nodded toward fans near the front sections. J-Hope danced immediately. Jimin placed a hand over his heart. V pointed toward the audience. Jungkook grinned as he looked around the venue. The atmosphere felt electric. The crowd wasn't simply watching a concert anymore. They were participating in a historic moment. As the first official performance began, Diplo remained on stage, adding live production elements while BTS delivered a high-energy rendition of one of the biggest songs from the ARIRANG era. Every beat felt larger. Every chorus sounded louder. Every fan sang along. Videos recorded from inside the venue quickly began spreading online. Within minutes, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. Many attendees described the moment as the loudest crowd response they had ever witnessed. Others claimed they had never seen such a dramatic surprise entrance at a BTS show. The excitement extended far beyond the stadium. Las Vegas had already transformed into a BTS destination throughout the week. Special fan activities, citywide displays, themed events, and concert-related attractions turned the city into an unofficial celebration of BTS and ARMY culture. Night 2 elevated everything further. Hotels buzzed with discussions about Diplo's appearance. Restaurants filled with fans replaying videos. Local businesses embraced the excitement. The city seemed determined to make the BTS experience unforgettable. The stage design itself represented one of the most ambitious productions of the tour. Reports surrounding the ARIRANG World Tour highlighted its massive scale, including a 360-degree stadium configuration and one of the largest touring productions in BTS history. During the show, that scale became obvious. Every section had a clear view. Moving platforms traveled across the venue. LED panels transformed the stage into entirely different worlds between songs. One moment the stadium resembled a futuristic city. The next it looked like a traditional Korean landscape. Then it transformed again into a sea of stars. The visual storytelling matched the emotional range of BTS's music. Diplo's surprise appearance added another layer. Rather than feeling like a guest performance, it felt integrated into the narrative of the evening. Together, they created moments that felt unpredictable. Fans love surprises, but what they love even more is authenticity. And throughout the night, BTS appeared genuinely excited. The members laughed frequently. They interacted with fans. They teased each other. Several times they paused simply to absorb the sound of the crowd. Those moments became some of the most memorable parts of the evening. Massive productions can impress audiences. Genuine emotions connect with them. BTS delivered both. As the concert progressed, the audience became louder. Songs from the ARIRANG album generated enormous reactions. The album itself had already received significant attention following its release and represented a major chapter in BTS's return as a full group. Hearing those songs performed live created an entirely different experience. The stadium shook during choruses. Fans completed entire verses. Light sticks moved in perfect synchronization. The visual effect looked breathtaking from every angle. Diplo returned for another segment later in the show. This time, fans knew what was coming. The reaction remained just as intense. Every appearance generated new waves of excitement. The collaboration symbolized something larger than a guest performance. It represented BTS's continued ability to bridge genres, cultures, and audiences. Throughout their career, the group has consistently expanded expectations regarding what global pop music can achieve. Night 2 in Las Vegas felt like another example of that evolution. Fans realized the show was slowly reaching its conclusion. Nobody wanted it to end. The final songs transformed the stadium into a giant sing-along. Tens of thousands of voices merged into one. For a few unforgettable minutes, the distinction between performer and audience disappeared. Everyone became part of the same experience. Diplo joined BTS one final time. The crowd erupted again. Confetti filled the air. Fireworks illuminated the night sky above the stadium. The visual spectacle was extraordinary, but the emotional impact mattered more. People weren't reacting to special effects. They were reacting to connection, to memories, to a moment that felt impossible to replicate. When the final notes ended, nobody moved. Fans remained standing. Many cried. Others hugged strangers. Some simply stared at the stage. The realization slowly arrived. They had just witnessed one of the defining moments of the Las Vegas run. Outside the venue, conversations continued for hours. Social media feeds filled with clips. Fan communities analyzed every detail. Videos of Diplo's entrance spread rapidly across the internet. Attendees shared stories. Photos circulated worldwide. The excitement showed no signs of slowing. The Las Vegas stop had already been one of the biggest destinations on the ARIRANG World Tour, featuring 4 major stadium performances and attracting fans from around the world. Night 2 ensured it would be remembered for something even bigger.
À surprise.
Collaboration. A moment of collective disbelief. Most concerts are remembered for songs. Some are remembered for visuals. A few are remembered for surprises. This night had all 3. Years from now, fans will likely remember exactly where they were when the lights went out inside Allegiant Stadium. They will remember the silence, the spotlight, the silhouette, the roar of the crowd, and the instant they realized that Diplo was standing on stage preparing to introduce one of the most unforgettable moments of the BTS ARIRANG era. For one night in Las Vegas, music felt larger than life. And when Diplo made his grand entrance for BTS ARIRANG Day 2, the entire stadium truly lost its mind. Sparkle's fire purple heart. If anything, the stadium became even louder. As the massive screens flashed between fiery red visuals and traditional Korean-inspired artwork, BTS stood in the center of the 360-degree stage, looking completely energized by the crowd's reaction. The ARIRANG World Tour had already become one of the biggest tours in the world, but Night 2 in Las Vegas suddenly felt different. Felt larger, more emotional, more unpredictable. RM looked around the venue and laughed as the screaming refused to stop. Every time he tried to speak, the audience became louder. The members exchanged amused looks. J-Hope danced across the extended stage, while Diplo continued controlling the music from behind the giant production platform. The chemistry surprised everyone. Nothing felt forced. Nothing felt rehearsed. Felt like a celebration. A giant celebration involving more than 60,000 people. The next performance exploded into motion as dancers rushed onto the stage from every direction. The floor itself appeared to transform beneath BTS. LED panels created the illusion of waves moving across the stadium. Blue light spread throughout the venue. Then the beat dropped. The entire crowd jumped simultaneously. Videos later shared online showed entire sections shaking from excitement. Fans who attended described the atmosphere as unreal. Several attendees compared the energy to a giant festival rather than a stadium concert. Others claimed they had never heard Allegiant Stadium become that loud before. The venue itself has been repeatedly praised by fans for its sound quality and immersive concert experience. As BTS moved into another ARIRANG era performance, the visuals shifted again. This time, giant mountains appeared on the screens. Traditional Korean patterns blended with futuristic digital effects. The concept reflected one of the major themes of the ARIRANG project, honoring heritage while moving toward the future. Fans and commentators have frequently highlighted how the ARIRANG era emphasizes Korean culture on a global stage. The crowd understood the symbolism immediately. Every visual received huge reactions. Every costume change sparked excitement. Every close-up camera shot generated screaming. When V appeared on the giant screen, the noise level became unbelievable. His popularity throughout the Las Vegas stop had already become visible across the city, where fans placed numerous support billboards around major locations. The members seemed determined to make Night 2 unforgettable. SUGA delivered one of the strongest rap sections of the evening, pacing confidently across the moving platform while flames erupted around the stage. Jimin followed with a powerful vocal performance that left the audience silent for several seconds before an enormous wave of cheers filled the stadium. Jungkook's energy appeared endless. He sprinted across multiple sections of the stage, waving to fans seated in every direction. The advantage of the ARIRANG Tour's massive 360-degree design became obvious throughout the night. No matter where fans sat, BTS constantly found ways to connect with them. The tours in the round stage concept was specifically designed to create direct sightlines and a more immersive experience for audiences.